Spirit Talker, spoken wisdom. I'm asking everyone, please listen to this. One mother, two fathers, two birth. Question is, what father do you serve? Do you serve the one on earth or the one in heaven? Which one is the most meaningful one that you should serve? And what should your father tell you to serve? And are you serving that father? And how you serve that father is based on how you live. Are you living as a man? That's a child of man. Or are you living as a child of God? That's a gentleman. To honor your 3 P's. Simple 3 P's. Parenting the child of God. Providing for a lady. And protecting both. That's why he put you first on earth. To clear a path and build a house. He sent his daughter next. To make the house into a home. Then he sends his child through the womb of a woman. That eats from her flesh. Inside of her. That fetus that eats from her flesh inside of her for 40 weeks to be born on earth to turn you into a father of God's child. Understand that. What is your purpose? It does not matter how big your house is if it ain't a home. Okay? Heaven, what do you want to go to the heaven as a house, or you want to go to heaven because it's going to feel like a home? Which one is more important, a house or a home? If you can't understand the difference between a house and a home and who's responsible for it, who creates that environment naturally, who makes everything better, who got creation, you give a woman a lemon, she makes lemonade. I know men gonna argue they can too, okay? Okay? You give a lady a house, she makes a home. Most men, you'll talk about, he got a house. He'll never say he has a home until he has a woman at that house to make it into a home. And only a lady and a gentleman goes inside a house to turn it into a home. No man and woman can go inside a home. Okay, they may go to a house, but what goes inside that house is a lady and a gentleman that provides that home. It's not about a man and a woman. Society had made marriage between a man and a woman. Isn't that crazy? When you will not let a man inside your home if you had a choice of a gentleman. When you would not let a woman inside your home when you had a choice of a lady. She better not come in your home and be disrespectful. He better not come inside your home and be disrespectful. A lady and a gentleman knows that. If you can't figure out the difference between them, this is the confusion that we have raised our children under. We have raised our children to be a child of man. And we wonder why they go into schools and do these shootings. We wonder why they behave. Okay, man's child, that's the seed of the devil. We know they act like that. They don't be acting like no angels. They got to still choose to act like a gentleman to become that angel. They got to choose to act like that lady to become that goddess in the eyes of God. That's the only way you're going to pass from earth to heaven is when you choose to be the child of God. God is not going to let man's child inside heaven when you won't let it inside your home. No one lets the man and woman inside their home. God is not going to let a man and woman inside heaven. And I don't care, it has the blessing of a marriage. When a marriage is between a man and a woman, and you know the difference between a lady and a gentleman. And if you cannot comprehend that, come on, seriously. Do you hear the words in there? Do you understand the difference between man's child and God's child? Do you understand the difference between a man and a gentleman? Do you understand the difference between a woman and a lady? Please, if you do, mention in the comments. Tell God you hear. You get the message. It's so clear to me. I stopped acting like a man, and I was a badass man. Ain't a motherfucker can fuck with the man in me. Trust me, that motherfucking man was a man. But I can't go into heaven acting like that type of motherfucking man. He was a beast of a man, a monster. Okay? I tell women in a minute, your man and you is smaller than my man, so don't try to outman me. That was my man mentality to God's daughter, and I know that was wrong. I know that was wrong. And I have always intimidated other men's energy. And I have asked God at the age of 14, God, it got to be something better than a man. And when he explained me, man is the child of man, not his. Man is, when he gave me the message, is, are you going to let a man, should a man come in your home or should a gentleman come in your home? When he started asking me them questions, I started thinking about it, let him know the motherfucking come across my kingdom, acting like he the man inside my motherfucking kingdom, my home. Ain't happen. He better act like a gentleman. He better be respectful. He better take them shoes off. He better ask, can he sit? He better behave. Don't be putting your feet on the table. He better know how. Now, one man in his own house, he can do whatever he wants to do in his own house. But he get a woman in the house, at that house, and she choose to turn that house into a home. Guess what? She's going to set her rules too. That's a respectful preacher to follow that, to honor that, to honor that. Our honor is to parent, to provide, and protect. And God chose to give that to his daughter because she bears his child on earth. She does the labor for God. She brings life to earth. And that life she brings to earth should be loved by two parents. It's a complete cycle. The 3 P's and the 3 L's. We provide that, and that's our purpose on earth. Anything outside of that, that is for man. That's not for God. That's man's child. It does not matter how many millions and billions and how many companies you got. You can't take that shit to heaven. But the question is, what did you do for God's children? Did you help them become God's children? Did you awaken them up? Did you show the difference between a man and a gentleman? Did you show the ignorance of man, privilege, pride? Trust me, I know my privilege in me. I know my pride in me. I had to let that go. People may assume that I still cared about myself. It's not about what you see in me. It's about what you see in yourself. Okay, me speaking to you is me allowing the gentleman to come out of me, because the man in me, I know what I know. If you don't know it, too bad. Okay, but again, you can't behave like a man. Mentally, emotionally, or physically. You have to change your mentality. The vocabulary of an individual will tell you the type of mentality, and that will tell you what type of person they are. Do they have the vocabulary of a man? Then they will have a man's mentality. Do they have the vocabulary of a gentleman? Then they will have the mentality of a gentleman. That will show their actions. It's that simple. Spirit Talker.